Hey, this is Mike, and I thought I'd do a quick tutorial on this song from Planet Shakers called Nothing is Impossible. And to start off, I just want to talk about the key. It's in the key of C, at least the original recording is. So you're going to, what that simply means is you're going to be using the notes in the C major scale, the Do, Re, Mi scale. Okay. If you got a 5 string, you go all the way down there. Might even be a little bit out of tune. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, so here's how it starts off. We start off with when the bass comes in, you're starting off on the chorus. Okay, so through you, nothing is impossible. Okay, so you're starting off in C, which is the 3rd fret. Okay, 3rd fret A string. All right, making sure on my monitor that's going to work. It does. Okay, then we have G, okay, which is your 3rd fret on the E string, okay? And then we go to A, okay? I prefer the fretted notes here, I just do. You could also do an open A, but I prefer the fretted A on the E string, the 5th fret. And then it comes down to the F, okay? And then it hits that bow, which you can hit if you have a 5 string, you can hit that 6th fret on your B, and you can slide down from that F. All right, so then we go into the okay, so what that is F, and we're going bum, 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 bum. And when you're doing that bum, 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 you want to have, so that that 3rd little hit, bum, bum, that's kind of a ghost note, okay? Well, it is a ghost note. All right, so that's F, then C, then D, and then you go back to F, and then you start over again. So it sounds like this. Okay, now if you noticed when I went to this from the C to the D, I did a little a passing tone, we call that. I went from the C to the C sharp. You don't have to do that. I think I do that sometime in the cover video, but it just kind of adds a little something to it. So, okay. All right. So then we got the I'm not going to live by faith. I'm not going to live by sight. That part there. It starts on C, and you're just doing straight 8th notes there. All right. So that is simply C, D, F, okay? And a little hint here, if you're playing 8th notes, try to use, if you use fingers, if you don't use a pick, but you use your fingers, use one finger, okay? The reason for that is that you're going to get a much more consistent sound out of your notes, because when you use 2 different fingers, it just kind of is inconsistent, okay? So it'll give you a straighter sound. And I tell my students, to learn to alternate their fingers, and that's true. But this is a case where for the effect, you're going to use only one finger, or that's what I recommend, okay? So then we got C, and we go to D, and then F. Then we go to A, on the once again, the fretted A, the 5th fret of the E string, then G, then F, okay? So A, 5th fret, all on the E string, A, 5th fret, G, 3rd fret, F, 1st fret, okay? And then we go to this. Okay, then we do it again. Okay, that's kind of the pre-chorus. And so what that is simply is A, and then this little lick is a G to A hammer-on. Now if you watch my fingers here, my right fingers, first of all I'm going to hammer on my first note. My first A is going to be hammered on. You know what hammer on is? Just you're fretting hard with your left hand, okay? Alright? So then I pluck. So it sounds like this. Okay? If you do it fast. Alright, so then we go. So we go G, A, hammer on, pluck A, C. Second note is G, and that lick is just very simply C to G. Okay, C, C, G, G, and then to F. Then we go to D. Once again, I prefer the fretted D as opposed to the open D string. Okay, there's a difference in the sound. It's a thicker D, little thicker, a little meatier when you're fretting it on that thicker A string. Okay, that's a preference. Sometimes I prefer the open string, but in this case, I prefer the fretted string. Okay, so but once again, it's your choice. All right, so here we go. Okay, one more time. D, then F. So now you're on the chorus. Now the cool thing here, just a little tip for playing in the key of C or whatever key you're playing in, and the advantage of knowing what key you're playing in, and this helps, I've mentioned this on other tutorials, is that when you know the key, then you can kind of work within that key and safely create licks. I say safely because almost any note will work when you're doing this, okay? You just want to tastefully place these licks. So, okay, so when I'm going to the G, instead of just going down to the G, I can go C, D, E, G, A, G. Those are all notes in the C major scale. Or I can go from C, C, B, A, G. All right, C, B, A, G. Or I can go C, B, A, F, G. Okay? Then I go to A, B, C, E, F. All right, so those are just little bridges, little pathways to the next chord that I'm creating just simply using the scale tones of the C major scale. So I hope that's helpful. Other than that, I think that's about it. The song ends with the right, the I believe. So other than that, you're pretty much doing the same thing, just those breaks are just going to occur at the obvious times. So just listen well to the recording, and you have all the notes that you need to play this song. So good luck with it, and shoot me any emails, or shoot me an email if you have any questions or any further suggestions on tutorials. Thanks, and I'll catch you next time.